Hello, everybody. Um, Welcome back to another, well, not another something, but a story. Um, so this was approximately last Friday, dating to be March 31st. I was off. I was walking home from a long day at school because, I didn't want my parents to come pick me up that day. So while I was walking home, I took a turn to go onto where I live, and it's a straight street. So I was just like, I had my AirPod in, I was just minding my business, and then I see that there's a guy. We're walking on the opposite side. So to put it in perspective, I'm on the right side of the street, and it's a straight line, straight street. So there's a guy on the left. So usually I cross over onto the left, but I didn't because there was a guy who was carrying a pipe and I think there was a saw on top of it. So I didn't want to end up as the pipe man's next victim or something, or end up as, local student found slashed or something. So I just, kept walking, and then after like I'd say like 25 feet later, I take a look behind me to see if, Pipe Man is still there following me, or even if he was following me. Nothing there. So maybe it was just a case of schizophrenia or something. Maybe I'm just seeing stuff, but Pipe Man was there, and it was horrifying. So continuing on my little walk on to still on the right side, I decided, you know what, I don't think the Pipe Man will show up any longer. So then I decide to cross to the left side. So while I'm crossing, I'm listening. A song Pina Colada starts playing, and I'm like, okay, I like this song. So I decide to intersect to the other side of the road, which is to the left side. So while I'm crossing on there, and I cross this little like where the sidewalk stops, and I just keep walking, nothing is bothering me, and then I start to hear a sound, and I'm like, what is this sound? And I'm like puzzled while walking, and I'm like near a house where some like loud dogs are, and they're not there. So I was like, oh, so not dogs. And then I start hearing a sound that I don't uh a sound of somebody throwing up there. I said it. I decided to just spit it out there, just like what that poor woman was doing on the sidewalk. So, while was hearing throwing up, I decided to do a very grave mistake. Mute my music for a second, and oh, how in trouble I was. So, when I did that, I looked over to the side, and there was an lady who was, I guess it's like a minivan or something. I It was a van with a sliding door. I don't know what they're called, but I look over and I just see throw up just splash on the sidewalk, and I'm like, oh, ew. So what I do is that I immediately turn up my music to full blast, and I just starts going, if you like pina coladas, getting caught in the rain. And I'm putting my pinky, of all fingers, into my other ear because I only have one AirPod in to cover out the noise, and I still hear it, so that did very barely anything. So meanwhile, while I'm just walking, I don't know why I didn't increase my speed while walking. I was still walking pretty slow. So, hmm. So I'm still walking there with my pinky in my ear, and it lasted for, it felt like an eternity. But in reality, it was probably like, I don't know, 20 seconds. But that 20 seconds was torture. Like, it was nonstop, like, ugh. This is gonna be my PTSD for a little while. I'll never listen to Pina Colada the same way. So I'm done with that, and I'm done mostly like walking on left side of the street. I think I'm pretty sure I started increasing my speed because no person wants to hear, some old person sound like they're throwing up a freaking train from their vocal cords. So I'm just, continuing speed walking, and then of course, if my day couldn't get any worse, I have to walk by the fresh smell of a dumpster, and if that doesn't do anything to my sense of my vowels, it sure did there. So not only hearing somebody projectile vomit on the floor and, seeing it physically, that's fine. And then, then walking by a dumpster that had, you know, that was just probably entered in there, or somebody just took out their garbage. And then I turn to the corner, I turn down my music for a quick second, I realize, oh, she stopped. Until today. So after school, I decided to walk home again. I don't know, I guess I was happy to walk home. And with that result, curiosity had my mind. And there will always be that great expression, curiosity killed the cat. And it definitely killed my brain cells today. So I go down the same street, but this time I cross immediately over to the left side because I know the pipe man won't be there, or, any of his body parts from his previous victims won't be there. So I'm walking, and I'm, just having a great time walking, not thinking about, throw up on the sidewalk a little bit, but, not all there. And then I decide to take a gander on my right side, which was where the incident was, and I do. And I regret it because I just see remnants remnants of just like yellow hazard stained throw up on the sidewalk, and I'm just like, oh, ew. And I'm still walking there like, okay, I lived this happened. It happened last Friday. I can survive this. Yeah, I got nauseous a little bit. I can't even lie. That mm-mm. Even talking about it is like bringing up some like unholy demon in me or something. Well, that's the story for today. That's about it.